Welcome to Shoshin AZ. Hope you're doing well. We're going to take a look at weighting the elbow. We're going to weight it from the anterior cuboid fossa, and then we're going to weight it from the posterior side, a regular armbar with emphasis on the tricep tendon. So let's take a look at some techniques, break them down, try and understand weighting the elbow a little bit better, and then you take the good, set aside the bad, and enjoy and get better. Good, so let's break it down. Right. So we're running through, he's doing a little tap, tap, I block, he feeds through. From here, just notice where the elbows, how close they are. So that's what you're taking advantage of, and that's what you're trying to see. How do I enter into an armbar? And so here, his first one's going to be as if he's doing a rising empe, a rising elbow. This one would be pulling down. Pull down, push up. Okay, so that's what you want to see. There you go. So you create it, then he's going to drive down, and he's pulling to his left hip as he comes through. Right? Now, let's just stop for a moment. If I have my weight here, I can try and stand up, and he can work on the tricep tendon, but if I'm pretty big and strong, I probably can get up with this. So how can I make this technique twice as strong? It's pretty easy. Either move your center farther away. Now all my weight's on here, so I can only push with one leg, or bring it the other way. Now all my weight's here, so I can only push with one leg. Basically, I'm half as strong. So that's a nice way to look at it. Okay? The second thing is, I'm never going to really stay here very long. In real life, you go through that. Okay? So let's look at it again. And it drives me. I was never in Kibidachi. I was never in any kind of a stance. I was taken right to the ground. And my face is down, which is a great thing. Why? Because it's hard for me to use my weapons. Once he gets here, my hand is on his thigh, and it's acting like a nice bridge, so that's the fulcrum. Then he puts his weight through, not with your elbow yet, just with your arm. Good. Yeah, through. So that's the first one you want to make sure you own. Once you own that, okay, then you can use your knee. Yeah. And the first armbar, the person putting it on was on my hip side. Now we're going to move to my head side. Slightly different, but just to give you a different view, a different way of entering into this posterior weighting of the elbow, or an armbar. Okay? So we're just going to come off front choke. He hits super sternal notch, kokogaesh, turns it over, sankyo, twist, 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 till he brings me around. He cuts that wrist down, makes me go down, lets me feel a nice kingari to his face. Here's the armbar. Okay, so we're going to stay right there. Let's turn, 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 turn. Sorry, you have to look at my butt. Okay, so at this point, he's going to push up on the hand side and down on the elbow side. So it's just about a little lean to the side. Good. And I'm going to keep going. So he's not going to hold me here very long. Right? And quickly he's going to go to a pin-on 3-pin, down, and good. So we're still working the armbar. This time he's going to get it while instead of on the outside, being on the inside. We'll take this from, let's say, a single roundhouse punch. We'll do a single cover. All right, so I'm throwing. He covers it. All right, gets a couple shots, wraps up. All right, a little push up. That'll help keep my hand from hitting up. And then he's going to roll his palm. So you notice how he rolls it over and redirects it, making me go down. Alright, good. Up. Make it go down. Good. Make me come up again. Yep, make me go down. Yes, make me go down. Yep. Good. So this is not it's not as much control as you had on the other armbar, but it's nice, and it certainly can give you some control, set up other techniques. All right, so let's look at another variation one more time. All right, cover. All right, he hits, and then this hand is going to pin this hand. and then the other hand comes on him. Good. So at this point, give a little push with your elbow. Yep. So I'll tap on the back. Good. So good. Extend. Tap, tap. Nice. All right. Now he's not going to hold me here very long. Yeah, go ahead. I'm probably going to be able to yank out, but before that happens, he can have a strike high. He could have a knee low or a strike low, whatever he would like. Right. But this bar is going to set you up, and then you're lined up to get a nice strike in as well. So probably not something you're going to have or control very long. But we're just trying to give you different ways, different entries. There's hundreds of them. We're just giving you a few. So now we're going to use the outside, catch the outside elbow from the inside, and then go to an inside weight as well. So you can use these opposite each other, and that's what I'd like you to start looking at next. So let's look at this. Let's go through it. So here, basically, if you think about this, this is just a front punch. This one's going to push a little. This is going to pull a little. Good. Yeah. All right. So it's just like relax. Down. Okay. So it's just like a karate kind of punch. So here he's pulling this one back. He's pushing this one. That jerks me forward. Okay. All right. Good. Jerks me forward. Now, he feels like, oh, he got me off balance, and now he's going to do the opposite. He's going to push with this side, pull with this side, and drive the weight kind of behind me a little bit, and take me down. Good. A little closer look at weighting the elbow. What direction are we going to be doing it? All right, so he's pulling and pushing, so he catches that piece first. Now, one way you can think about it is, let me start moving by him. Good. And once this foot comes off, then he can sort of drive down. Notice, he's weighting my elbow. And so what you want to, if I was fixed, this is a straight line between my feet. Where he's going to drive to is a point, okay, back behind these feet. So you make a little triangle at the beginning. So one way is, there you go. Okay? Another way is that even though it looks like sometimes, well, there's the line, but watch what happens when he pulls and pushes, this foot comes up. Now my feet, if you look at the line between my feet, now he can easily aim and drop and point until I go down. And on this pull and push, so it's like you can start with a punch, then you change it, then you make it small, and you make it go down, and you make it come back up. All right? And if you just play with that and play with the motion, I think you'll find it's a little bit easier to do, and you won't tend just to try and muscle the person down. So next, the hand came from the above, and we talked about pulling and pushing. What happens when the hand comes from below? And we can still do the pull and push. Notice that now, as he does the pull, he's going to let his hand slip around and set in place. Shoulder stays down, and he's going to direct that. Okay, so let's take a look at that just in some motion. You can make up your own motion, find your own places. All right, we're just going to use this. So you get used to moving, and there it is. You find it. Good. Once again. And if you notice, good. If you notice, he gets here, all right? The first thing, there's ever so slightly, it's a pull and a push, so he takes up the slack, gives me a jerk, but it doesn't just lift me up, because if he does that, I now have a choice. Maybe I step with my right, maybe I step with my left. If I step with my left, look at my back, the line. It's really hard for him to get around, but if I step with my right, wow, it's right there. So how do you make that happen each and every time? As he pushes and pulls ever so slightly, he pushes and turns up and in. So not just his arms, but his hips as well. Yeah, less. Good. There it is. Now my weight is here. Now if he continues pulling up, pulling back and up, then I'm forced. Right? He weights me to the far foot, makes me step, and then nicely cuts. So next, let's take a look if he uses the shoulder. And the motion's going to be much, much bigger. Let's take a look. What happens when you miss? Well, just don't give up on it, all right? Or make sure you know how you like to move and what's an easy way. So we'll take just a quick look at this, sticking with the same thing. Yeah, it's like it's not working. He's trying to muscle it. Keep going. Just keep going. You kindly find it. There you go. All right? That's certainly one way that you can deal with that. Nice. So you see, you just let go, let whatever strikes come out, whatever openings there are. So learn to listen to Uke. Uke will tell you what to do. Let's go ahead and move from the outside again, and then being outside, coming to the inside. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one as we're coming through. I stop them. So in the past, we went right to the elbow, to the armbar. So this time we're going to do a little uppercut, all right, because there's nothing on. Oops, a little bit of surprise. From here, he can turn a little bit leading with his right shoulder, pulling back with this, and catch a little armbar. Okay? Yeah. Then he can come back, catch the inner elbow. He rolls. All right. If he wanted to, he could try and throw me. All right. He could try and throw me, or just accelerate me, smack my ear, maybe rupture the TM, get me a little off my game. All right. Back and through. Put the head down. Knee to the face. Cross step. Good. Take down, and he has a nice gooseneck finish. So that's something you can sort of play with.